finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo. Oh! That's right. You better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.
Gonna run it down. He goes with it. Adebayo for the win.
Yeah! Welcome to the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show, aka the Post Up on 5R. I'm your host, Roy A. Shepard, and I am joined today by my man Jonathan Rumlicon, pulling double duty as both the producer and the panelist. Appreciate your work, my boy. This Latin sensation, Gadiel Carter-Hamlin, and of course, my man Kane Bryan, live from the West Coast. Appreciate you for joining me, my guy. Fellas, the Heat blew that shit out. All that slandering we did last game, it worked according to our plan. That was the plan all along. Come on here, slander them for filth, and force them to play like the team that they were capable of playing. No Kyle Lowry tonight, which turned out to be a benefit. Less switching from Bam, a lot more drop. Better defense overall, better offense overall. But enough with my talking. We're going to come to you guys today and hear what you got to say. Gadiel Carter-Hamlin, we're going to start with you today, man. Give me your thoughts on today's game.
Woo! Like, it is so hard to not be just smiling the entire fucking show right now. Because, first and foremost, this postgame show last game was doom and gloom. Roy, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I might have been the only one on the first pick that actually had the Heat winning this game. What the fuck was that about? Do we not remember that they are the Philadelphia 76ers and they employ one, James Harden, who's liable for a 14-point game at any moment in the playoffs these days, and two, Doc Rivers, who is not even fucking, he's not even at Spo's ankles, all right? Like, this isn't even a fucking competition, man. The Heat finally showed up. The role players finally showed up. They didn't have a hobbled Kyle Lowry out there. Hopefully he gets healthy soon enough. They'll need him at some point. But this is what this team is. They got some dogs. Biggest moment of the season, biggest game, and they come out with flying colors and fucking punch the Sixers in the mouth. In the first quarter, in the second quarter, in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. Haywood Highsmith outscored James Harden in the second half of this basketball game. I don't want to hear another fucking thing from this team on ESPN because all they talk about, ooh, James Harden in MVP form, are they going to win the finals? Who cares? Max Strus took more shots than Joel Embiid and hit the same amount and outscored him in a fucking NBA basketball game. This is embarrassing. In a playoff game at that, maybe the biggest one of the entire season, man. I'm on 10 right now. That was a very impressive performance. We've had the best player in the series from the jump. This is super, super fun to watch. Spo coached his ass off today, going deep in his bag in the rotation. Everybody played the way that we wanted them to. Maybe Tyler Hill didn't score enough. I don't care. Showed up in the second half and actually got a little bit of work done. Great win from this team. And let's close these boys out. Like, I fucking hate watching the 76ers play basketball. And I'm happy, man. Like, this is the type of win that we needed. We really needed this.
Listen, you are 1,000% correct, John Dawson. Gad is definitely one of them ones. Thank you, Rush Music, for the $5 dono. He said, the boys, them feeling good. Oh, for sure.
Boy, feeling good.
The boy feeling good. I think Gad brought up one of the guys who I was particularly slandering last game, that boy Max Strus. I didn't want him to play again. And that motherfucker came out there ready. Fuck is you talking about? Thank you, Magic Lees, for the $10 dono. He said the Heat need to bring that same aggressive mindset on Thursday. Herro did nothing, by the way. I agree with both parts. The Heat need to be aggressive with their mindset, and we also need to be aggressive here on the 5 Reasons Sports post-game show by thanking the primary sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports post-game show, and that is A Aggressive Insurance. We want to thank the lovely Miss Lynette and the people over at A Aggressive Insurance. If you have any insurance needs, make sure you give Miss Lynette a call at 954-581-8800 or visit her website at www.insurancebylynette.com. So we want to thank Miss Lynette and all the people over at A Aggressive Insurance. Now, back to this money that you had put up here. What was that comment? It was James Todd. Of course it was. My boy giving us that $20. Appreciate
Shout
you,
out
Kane.
James.
He said, so I have 2 points. Number one, has your opinion changed about Jimmy with how he's played in the postseason so far, including the 35% from three? Number two, honest assessment of 14. He started to heat up in the second half, but I'm not sold. My assessment on Jimmy has not changed at all, and I think people misinterpreted what I was saying. I'm not saying move on from Jimmy. I'm saying move on from building around Jimmy if this doesn't work. Jimmy still should be here. Jimmy is a great player, but I don't think we should be focused on putting pieces around Jimmy. Jimmy Butler has been fantastic in this playoff series.
He's been maybe the second best player in these playoffs behind Giannis. That's it. Maybe
been fantastic.
That's it.
He has
He's
been
unreal,
fantastic. Man. So it's tough. It's tough for me to criticize Jimmy after a win, especially when he's playing on this level. But come back to me with this after we lose. Give me another $20, and I'll definitely tell you more about that. Honest assessment on 14. The boy has been shit, and I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I don't give a damn about them little garbage time points that he got tonight. The boy has been terrible all playoffs. And Kendall made a great point. Like I can't remember too many games where Tyler Herro has played well on the road in the playoffs. But this ain't about slander and Tyler Herro. We'll get to that far down the line because so much shit went right for us tonight. I don't want to spend time focusing on that. And I also want to get my guys Jonathan and Brian in here talking. But before we do that, I got some more money on the board. Big bucks, Darius Jordan. Appreciate you for the $30 dono. He said Bam didn't have 20 and 10, but he still was a plus 22 and shut down the most valuable female dog.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Squad in with 8 minutes left in the fourth just to step on the 76ers spirit. Listen, I don't care about Bam Adebayo's stat line tonight. I believe that man was phenomenal. Like, I thought he played great. Mm-hmm. I thought Bam was fantastic. I think the job that he did on Joel Embiid was what we thought that he was capable of on the defensive side of the ball. But, again, I'm talking too much. Brian, let's get to you, my boy. Talk to me about what you saw tonight.
Yeah, I can't match Gad's energy. That was crazy. Man came out like a firecracker. But, I was kind of like watching the game, and I was thinking, like, damn, I'm kind of bored watching this. Like, I don't know if y'all played games when you were really little and you used cheat codes or whatever, and you turn on God mode, like you're invincible, nothing can touch you. Like, it's fun. I've been advocating for easiest path possible, and I'm still with that. But at a certain point, you kind of like, I can't lose, And that's kind of how I felt watching this whole game. Like, they're not going to lose this game. Like, what did it end up being, like a 35-point win? That's an insane blowout in the playoffs. Like,
if you want $1,000 for real, give me $100 dono right. I swear to God.
That'd be, yeah.
Other than that, you can't. I don't want to.
Don't
get on here and talk about no money. But go ahead, bro.
Nah, so yeah, like it just felt like the energy between the Sixers and the Heat was completely opposite. Like it felt like the Sixers showed up and didn't even know it was a playoff game. Like the Heat came out, wanting this game. Like it felt like they knew that if they lost this game, this series was probably done. And they treated it like it. Like I feel like we saw for the first time in at least a few games where this was really a true team win. Recently we've seen a lot of Jimmy carrying the Heat. It felt like it was basically Jimmy or bust. But tonight, basically everybody showed up. You had pretty good games from essentially everybody that played, minus maybe like Duncan Robinson. But yeah, it was really a game that I felt like we were going to see from Miami. Like I knew that they were going to bounce back. I wasn't really worried. I knew that they weren't going to go down without a fight, and they blew that shit out.
For sure. Oh, the unidentified celebrity review. Thank you for the $5. Don't know. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. He says, does Lowry start for this team? Does Lowry start again for this team? Gabe Vincent is the one.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it.
Listen, I think Gabe Vincent's play tonight was a major part of the reason why we won this game. Gabe has routinely throughout the course of the season just kind of did what the fuck we needed him to do. Like at any given moment when he's in the game, he just kind of do your job and do it well, and we'll be able to play around that. And I think Gabe has gotten to the point where his confidence is boosted enough to the point where he's feeling confident about making plays himself. Gabe shot well from the field tonight. He didn't turn the ball over. He was just phenomenal. But before we get into individual players, Jonathan Rumlicott, I want to get your thoughts on the overall.
Yeah, Miami started this game just getting a little bit of revenge for shooting the ball like shit. 5 threes in the first quarter. You saw the help that Jimmy Butler was getting. Jimmy was a dog in that first. What was it, 12, 14 points that he had in that first quarter? He was setting the tone for the team, but the difference was that he had help. He was getting help from Max Strus, who had a double-double tonight and also led the team in rebounds. Shout out to him. And he got help from the rest of the team. There were 7 players in double figures tonight, and I think that was super, super key for Jimmy Butler's star performance just not to go by himself, because it's super important when he has those high-scoring games that the other guys continue to play well as well. So we did see a couple times that he started to defer a little too much, but he had a great game tonight. Like you said, Bam Adebayo, phenomenal on defense. He was making Joel Embiid's life hell, and he was doing it without fouling. He wasn't tangling up the arms. He was doing it all with the hips, getting lower than Joel Embiid and doing a really good job with it. PJ Tucker had a really, really good couple plays, a couple good clutch threes. He had one really genius play. Like, fuck, he's so smart. He had a play where he was going to jump the ball with Embiid. He knew he was going to get it, so he just tapped it out to Bam Adebayo. Like, he's just such a fucking smart player. It's so great to see. Max Strus
did
was
some
great
dumb
tonight.
shit, though.
I'm sorry?
PJ did some dumb shit where he tried to go like coast to coast with the ball. What the fuck was he doing?
Hey, you get one of those against PJ Tucker. You get that. I'll give it to you. You work hard enough to get enough extra possession for this team to go fucking coast to coast. PJ Tucker can do whatever he wants on this team. But like you said, man, it was a great game from everybody. I felt like the help was there. Final note to end on, Yurtseven scored before Duncan Robinson tonight.
I always got to throw that shot at that Duncan Robinson. Want to thank my boy Christian Carter for the 199. Don't know. He said Gabe was possessed by the 9-tailed 90 tonight. Man, phenomenal reference. I like it. That's a bar. We'll give you that. We'll stamp that one. That's a bar. Thank you, Jeff 305 for the $5. Don't know. He said, is it just me or does anyone else just can't stand that thumb? Oh, I mean, Niang. Bootleg, bloated, I'll be sure looking boy. Oh, you talk about, as Gad has affectionately named him, Gorgeous Niang?
I hate watching him play basketball, man. And, like, he tried to take out, was like Jimmy Butler. He tried to take out Jimmy Butler at some point in that second quarter. Get off the court, man. Like, I want to eliminate him as soon as possible. He shouldn't be playing another game till the end of 2022 at the very earliest.
Yeah, he was definitely terrible. Okay, so for me, one of the biggest takeaways from this game was the way Bam's defense was kind of centered. Like, there was less of the soft switching, less of him on the perimeter this game. Frankly, I saw more of him on Joel Embiid than I have the entire series. But I want to focus on the defense because it was hell, bro. Like, that shit was beautiful. Thank you, Marcus Harris, for the $20 don't know. He said Heat and 6. Beautiful all-around game from the Heat. Happy I didn't see one smile from Maxey tonight. He really annoys me. Listen, I said that we couldn't stop Tyrese Maxey, and we damn sure did it tonight. But Jonathan Ramlakan, we'll start with you this time, bro. What was the single biggest part of Miami's defense to you tonight?
It was just making the Sixers think and wait till the end of the shot clock to try to do something. They were doing a really good job. I don't think they were pressuring full court quite as much. It was a little more like 3/5 court or like, half court press. But they were doing that. Like you said, Bam was dropping a little bit more, and they were living with PJ Tucker or whoever fighting the screen. The only time you'd actually have somebody switch is when you'd have Harden and Embiid do a pick and roll, and you had Bam and PJ because you can switch PJ onto Embiid. But outside of that, you didn't see the over amount of switching, so you didn't see Embiid get those early shots inside like we saw last game. And I felt like that was a big part of it. And they were throwing the ball away like a lot. Like, the Heat caused havoc. They were causing a lot of turnovers. And I think that was the biggest part of tonight's game. That's what set the tone, is Miami's defense. They were able to get the ball in transition and get easy looks, get some fouls, and even get like the Max Strus 3. That caused them to call a timeout. We were able to get that lead into double digits in the second quarter. So Miami did a really good job with the defense, and I think that's going to be the key in that second, in Game 6 as well, is to continue to make them turn the ball over and get easy looks. Because once they get the guys going, it's much easier for them to continue that groove. If they have to start forcing things up at the beginning of the game and not get easy looks at all, it's always going to be a work in progress to get those shots. So get some easy looks in transition and continue from there.
No, for sure. Thank you, Ro, for the $9.99. Don't know if you're gonna donate. Say something, bro. Otherwise, you just giving me money to be up here and be beautiful.
Hey, like
want to thank the OG.
Boy said.
Want to thank the OG Alfredo Artiaga for the $5 don't know. He said, as Raekwon said, only built for Cuban links. Hey, man, big chains over here, dog. You already know how I go. Brian, what was the best part of Miami's defense tonight to you?
I really like the fact that they made an effort to keep Embiid about 17 feet from the basket above that free throw line. Like, yes. I think that's something they figured out last game when they held Embiid to 0 points in the fourth quarter. Granted, James Harden went off, Tyrese Maxey. But I think if you force Embiid to operate from, outside, from out there, he is a lot less efficient on offense. Like, if he drives, cool, you can send multiple guys to the ball and have him make a forced pass. Or he's going to take a shitty 18-foot jumper and probably miss. So I really think that's a key going forward. If he figures it out, he figures it out. That's something you live with. But I would take Embiid taking shitty perimeter shots all day to dominate in the paint.
No, for sure, bro. I think, like I said, I think Bam Adebayo was a big part of that. Not letting them off the hook by getting them switched onto the smaller guys and shit. It forces Embiid not to be able to just forces the team not to be able to just dump it inside. Thank you, Rush Music, for the $5 dono. He said, "I'm glad I'm not the only one to know it with that mop head Maxi bouncing around with his smirk." Listen, bro, listen, Tyrese
That
Maxey
should have been Heedle Tyrese Maxey. Let's not disrespect that man.
for sure, bro. I mean, we could have had him, bro. But yeah, talk to me about Miami's defense, bro. What impressed you the most tonight from it?
No, Brian got to the point that I wanted to bring up. Like, if you watch Joel Embiid, this had to have been like a season low on paint touches that he had because he was just operating pretty much like right in front of the three-point line the entire game. And it was Bam's physicality and sometimes PJ, but it was primarily Bam. Like, he was just, I've never seen Joel Embiid. Like, granted, he flops all over the place, but when he's actually working to get position, to get a steal, and to get the ball, like put himself in a position to actually catch a pass he usually can do it. And we saw it earlier in the series. But, oh my God, Bam was bullying him out of the paint. Like, he was pretty much boxing him out from the minute they crossed half court, and Joel wanted nothing to do with it. He wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. Like, what Bam did tonight, I do not want to understate this. This was a masterclass defensively. You know how hard it is to shut down Joel Embiid? Like, we can slander him all we want. That man is ridiculously talented. He's one of the most skilled bigs that we've seen. Like, since the 2000s, like he's really up there. Like, he's truly ridiculous. And Bam just shut him down. Like, completely shut him out of this game. I don't know what his efficiencies were and all that shit, but he was not that impactful today on both ends of the floor. He was really, really tired. Wasn't able to get going defensively. Like, man, Bam was unbelievable tonight and defensively. I thought they did a great job. One thing that I liked as a tweak was they took Gabe or whoever the point guard was off of Maxey. They let Jimmy play on him instead. And that's because he's been the release valve in a lot of their sets where they get Harden going downhill, they get Embiid with the double. And when they were trying to hit Maxey, it was like, okay, we can't throw it over there. Jimmy's going to be over there. Let's hit Danny Green. Gabe closes out on Danny Green, makes him take a dribble. And it's like, okay, Danny Green, either you're going to go to the rim, which you're not going to do. You're going to pull a mid-range, which you're not going to do. Or you're going to make the right decision, which you're not going to do. So you saw Danny Green probably have like 1 or 2 turnovers a night where it seemed forced. And he was picking up his dribble and we slowed down their offense. Spo was in his bag tonight. Like, that's all I want to say. Spo was really on one because the defensive game plan was to rough up Joel Embiid, let James Harden try to beat them going downhill, and he didn't want to do it. He wanted to take those step backs that he took last game and make everybody else beat you. And congratulations, Tobias Harris. You probably had 15, 18, 20 points. I don't care. We shut him down. We did what we wanted to do. Like, the Heat were in complete control of this game. And
Tobias Harris had 12 points, and it felt like he had about 18. Because he was the only person that was able to score at times on their team.
They wanted him to go off. And it's like, Tobias said, okay, I've had 20 for the last, 4 games. I'm not doing this tonight. But such a beautiful game from Miami. This was, I understand it might have looked boring, but just watching what they were able to do, this was just dominance on all ends of the floor. It was so fun.
I said it in the first 2 games, bro. For this Miami Heat team, boring is best. That's the way that we have to win games like this, where there's nothing that particularly stands out to you as the reason that we won. It was just a solid game all around from a bunch of different motherfuckers out there doing stuff. Thank you, Rob Torres, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, don't want to hear nothing about Strus for a guy earning 1.6. He's earned every penny since being inserted into the starting lineup. Yeah, he earned every penny from contributing to the regular season. Max Strus doesn't make any money. So whatever he gave us this season was a positive. The fact that he's a starter is another testament to what Miami can do with role players.
For what it's worth, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that Max Strus is earning too much. That
would be a wild sentence. That would be a wild sentence.
For sure. David Sasson, thank you for the $2 donor. He said Paul Reed is Dwayne Dedman without the 3 violation.
The 3 violations. Don't slander Paul Reed like that. Like, Dwayne Dedman gave you 2. He gave you some of the worst minutes I have ever seen in a playoff game tonight. Like, truly some of the worst minutes. Like, what he did, 3 violations in 1 game, even 1 series is a lot. He did it in 3 minutes. You know how hard that is?
That's impressive. Dwayne Dedman does some stuff where I'm like, I don't know how you're in the NBA, bro, but props to you.
Whatever. Jose Lucas, thank you for the $2 dono. Excuse me. He said Toronto won in Philly. We need to end this in 6. I don't think so. I think that we probably will end it in 6. But I saw nothing tonight that made me feel like Philly stands a chance against us at home. Like their team went to shit like tonight, and it feels like it was deflating for them because it was damn sure depressing to watch. Thank you, Dash Jordan, for the $3 dono. He said Paul Reed was Miami's best player in my opinion. His name is not Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's been the best player in this series, in both series. Like he's been the best
far and away
by a lot. Thank you, Arbra, for the $4.99 dono. He said you have to run Embiid from the perimeter so he gets tired and it's not always resting on offense, catching the ball on the post. Make him work for the shots. That's exactly what Bam made him do tonight, and I think that's kind of like what we were talking about a little bit earlier. Kachin Chisholm, my boy, thank you for the $1.99 dono. He said, give me Royal back. Listen, Kachin Chisholm, I'm always with you in spirit after the Heat games. But, this takes priority. After we win this championship, I'll be right over there in doom and gloom land of the Miami Dolphins for the duration, bro. I'll be there for you, my boy. Appreciate you for your money. No, let's get back to Miami, though. What are we talking about? We were talking about defense. Yeah. I don't really feel like it's an appropriate thing to do to talk about individual players in this game because so many different players were contributing. But we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Just pick your favorite player that's not named Jimmy Butler and talk about their not Jimmy, not Bam. Yeah, you can go not Jimmy, not Bam, and talk about somebody off the board, Ramakan.
I feel like the easy one's Max Strus, so I'm gonna save Max Strus for somewhere else. I'm gonna go with Victor Oladipo. I feel like he had a pretty positive impact on the game. He was doing a really good job creating his shots. There was times, especially like in that backdoor out of bounds play where he found Jimmy, who got the and one. One time where Jimmy was in the paint, he had 3 guys around him. Nobody was really moving. Oladipo made a little back cut and got himself open for a reverse layup. He's able to continually get to the line. Like that's something that adds another dimension to the game. He's able to stop the game, get to the line. He drew a foul on Harden, and he was able to just continue to attack. So I think Oladipo is just an unexpected or quite unexpected development given the way he was playing in the regular season. Like he wasn't seeming to gel with that offensive starting crew, and it seems like he's starting to gel a little bit better. Granted, there are times where he holds the ball too long and he'll turn the ball over, right? But I feel like at the end of the day, he's doing a really good job fitting into this team offense, and I think that's probably the best development this postseason has been the rise of Victor Oladipo because of his two-way play and his ability to make just individual one-on-one plays.
No, for sure. I think because of Victor Oladipo, we've been able to survive Tyler Herro's playoff play. Like with as important as Tyler was to our bench scoring all season long, for him to play like this, if we didn't have Victor Oladipo to be able to come in and give us kind of like 13 points, like if he didn't give us anything, then we'd be losing a lot of these games. So I believe he's been extremely important. I want to thank SRT Dre for the $1.99 dono. He said Jimmy not a superstar. No, he's not. Thank you for stating a fact on our show. We appreciate
these
that.
Playoffs, though, he's been one. These playoffs, he has been one.
Gad, I feel like they're sliding you over to the Jimmy as a superstar land.
No. I've remained consistent.
He's been playing as one.
Like, listen, if he's playing like a superstar over a elongated sample size, I will go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. Say, with the context, in the 2021-22 playoffs, Jimmy Butler was a superstar / has been a superstar. I don't think that's what he's been.
Okay, that's not unfair to say.
That's what he's been.
He's also been a 3-level scorer, Jonathan.
Absolutely.
He has definitely been that because Jimmy hit another 2 threes tonight. But I think that is fair. In the context of it being about these playoffs. I don't want to make that, you know what I mean? We got to see how he finishes this off, bro. Like, if he gets help,
for sure. But if he keeps doing this is going to be one of the best single playoff runs that we've seen from a player in recent history. Like, it's going to be probably like top 5 or 6 in the last maybe 12 years.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'll take all the smoke for all the shit I talked about Jimmy all year long. I don't give a fuck. Like, you keep playing like this, you win me a championship, brother. We can stamp you as whatever the fuck you want to be stamped as. But yeah, like I just don't want to go too far. Thank you, Kachin Chisholm, for the $1.99 dono. He said I take back my 19 and 15 off. We did that so long ago, my brother. It's one under the bridge. He said, "Shout out Peppers." That's right, my man. That's right.
I think what you can say is that Jimmy Butler has been giving you superstar play But I mean, like over the course of his career, like he's not a superstar, right? He's not one of those guys that'll give you 50 points in a playoff performance, but he's been giving you that play in this performance, and that's what you can, like Gad said, that's the sample size, and that's what you're talking about. These playoffs, he's been a superstar.
For sure.
I think what's happening is the reason that I don't label Jimmy a superstar, and I'm sorry we're getting off topic a little bit, but it's because prior to his Miami Heat stint, I never viewed Jimmy Butler as a player that could carry a team throughout a playoff run. You know what I mean? He has turned into one of those players here in Miami. Like he is turning into a player that you can rely on consistently in the postseason because I don't have any evidence outside of last postseason to the contrary of that. He's been able to elevate his game, and you have to give him credit for doing that. But I just don't want to take it, and put him in a category that he doesn't belong in because that's unfair to him. But let's get back to the conversation that we're having. Guys not named Jimmy Bam that you can talk about. Brian, pick your guy, talk about him.
I'm talking about Max Strus because I know that Cat's gonna want to talk about Gabe, but man, I feel like Max Strus
I am diverse, by the way. I have options here. I don't.
That's your guy though. I can't
vast
take that
portfolio, so don't worry. You can take.
Nah, still that it would feel like a sin.
You slanderous, fuck you. Don't you? Let me take that off of there.
That's a wild statement. Can I before Brian gets in here? Can I say one thing before Brian gets in here? Gabriel Laverde said, "Congrats on graduating, Gad. I also graduated. Congratulations!
Let's
to
go.
You, Gabriel. Congratulations to you.
No,
shout out all my graduates. Done with school. We're chilling. It's heating 6 now.
Shout out the boy Johan too.
Yeah, shout out Johan. Shout out my dog Johan.
Shout out my brother Josh. Yeah, that big graduated too. So yeah, we shout out all the graduates. Congratulations on your milestone, brother. Much success to you in your future. What else we was talking about? Oh no, Brian was about to give us his player. He's taking Max Strus. Go ahead and talk about Strus, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I just think that Max Strus, not only this playoff run, but I feel like this season he's turned into more than just a 3-point shooter. Like Max Strus has more to his game than just being a catch and shoot guy or a guy that can shoot off the dribble. Like we've seen some defensive moments from Max Strus. 10 rebounds tonight is, hey, that's something I can't even think of the last time Duncan Robinson did anything close to that. Like offensively, we see him get out in transition a little bit. Like that dude is a baller, and not only that, but he can get hot. Like Max Strus is a guy who you can sometimes be like, all right, yeah, I can see Max Strus going for 20 tonight. Man, he has earned that starting spot, and I'm proud of it, man. I love Max Strus. He's a dude who, to the previous comment, however far in this show, like he's earned every single penny, and he's been an invaluable player for the Heat this series, this season, whatever you want to say. And he's a guy that they're definitely gonna have to rely on going forward. And I feel like he's more than ready to step up to that task.
I think I still want Max Strus out the starting lineup, but that seems like it's controversial to say after the way he played tonight, bro. I'm over it, bro. Like I get it. He can get hot, but I don't know. I'm not gonna slander Max Strus tonight, bro. He played well. Good job, Max Strus. I wish you success as a future Heat player. Thank you, SRT Dre, for the 199 dono. He said no superstars, but Monty get coach of the year when he has 2. Ha! Listen, bro.
He has 2. He has 2.
I mean,
it depends how you view CP3. I'll give it to Booker this season.
Oh, for sure, Booker. Yeah, I don't know about.
Yeah, but you put CP3 and DeAndre Ayton together, you have like making exactly, bro. Right, the Gotex of the NBA out this bitch. Go ahead, guy. Read this dono and then give me your player, bro.
Shout out HM for the $5 dono. Said, should we shut Lowry down and just run with Vic and Gabe? The hamstring isn't getting better anytime soon. We legit won't lose much, in my opinion. I think it's an interesting question because, like, we all know the value of Kyle Lowry to this team when he is healthy. The question is he going to get healthy? Because anyone who's had a hamstring strain knows, like, that shit can linger. And it's like you won't feel 100% for a long, long time. So I don't know how long you need to shut him down for. We're uniquely equipped where we can actually shut him down for a little bit and hope that he is able to get to 100%, because I'm of the belief you're going to need a healthy 100% Kyle Lowry in order to win a title. Like, that's just what he brings is something that is going to be needed for this team. They can do a lot of things without him, but I think you're going to need him. So rest him until he's fully healthy. But once he's fully healthy, play him. I think he adds a lot of value to this team for sure.
Do they beat the Bucks or the Celtics without Kyle Lowry?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. It's tougher. It's tougher, but it's possible.
Yeah, because Gabe like, I mean, let's just be real. Gabe hasn't been a drop off from Kyle Lowry at all. Kyle Lowry hasn't played particularly well in these playoffs. Kyle Lowry has played
For sure.
okay.
Yeah.
And Gabe has also played okay. So, I mean, I think if you could beat him with one, you could beat him with the other. Baller Central. I have no idea what in the fuck currency this is, but it says try 84.99. How about you try giving me real dollars? He said, is it Turkey? I don't try giving me real money. He said, my name is Michael, fully blind, living in Turkey. Okay, so that is Turkish, and you're blind. Now I feel terrible. He said, we blew gat ish out. One love, Roy. Is that how you said it in Turkish?
You didn't know which emoji you using.
We blew got ish out. I like that, bro. I might add that to my lexicon, Baller Central. But thank you for the 84 try.
Blue got ish out.
Blue got ish out. I like that, bro.
Oh, that Turkey on the back.
That might have just been a typo, but
I can't get over that.
$84.99
try dollars. Why don't you try and give
it? First of all, he's Turkish and he's blind, Jonathan Roblicon. That was not a typo, bro. It was Turkish English, bro.
The man has a lot going on in his life.
He does, bro, and I appreciate it. I was about to say watching the show. I appreciate you for tuning in.
He's listening.
He can't see what I'm doing right now, but bro, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, my dog. Thank you, Rush Music, for the $2 dono. He said, Philly home crowd make our FTS arena look soft. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Why did you give me money and make me do that, bro? bro, I'm sorry, bro. So look at it, bro. And the comments killing me, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean it. I did not mean that, bro. Whatever, bro. Now they got off topic, bro. He said, how does a blind guy see you? See? No, shit. Now I'm saying see. No, I mean, here, bro. Listen, bro. Bro, y'all are taking me, bro. What the fuck else can we talk about now? Gad, host the show, bro. I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds.
I mean, it's all like he can see you in person, so it's all good.
Wow.
Does he count as one of the views on the show, bro? Like, that's the kind of question that I want to That's the type of shit that I want to ask, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, I appreciate the money, bro. But first of all, you told me to try, bro. I'm giving it my best up here hosting it. So you told me to try while giving me a dono. And then you blind, bro. So I don't really know how to really take that, bro. Did your computer tell you to hit the like button, bro? Like, if it does, hover over the screen for a little bit until you hear like the video, bro, and like the video because I damn sure appreciate you. See, look, bro. Now I'm getting canceled, bro. He did this to me, bro.
God, bro.
He did this to me.
You can't be serious right now. Oh, my God.
All right, bro. I agree, Christian. I'm finna stop. I tried to let Gad host. He didn't say nothing, bro. Okay.
I was on mute. Oh my gosh! Wow! Like, I don't even.
That was a lot.
Tyler Lashley said, "This is inside the NBA funny." Oh my gosh! Wow! That was.
It's $5.48 in American dollars. Oh, I don't feel bad at all now, bitch. I don't got
No,
more
it's
money
10.27 in America.
No, he said the Turkish dollars is $5.48 in American dollars, Jan. Damn, bro. Can you
I'm
see
just
the comments?
trolling, man. I'm just trolling.
Look, they telling me how much this man gave me. Somebody talking about report me. Why I gotta be reported?
Yo, for real. Royal just entered the MCU.
See how much money he was donating.
Bro, we have gotten so far off topic. Commit to a 6-week blindness sensitivity course. How, bro? Like, I'm gonna stop, bro. I'm gonna stop because now.
All right. Back to the show.
Get us going. So, we were talking about the single player.
No, we weren't. I was talking about the blind guy who just gave me money. That's what I was talking about. Somebody told me I didn't see this coming. He didn't either. Fuck is you talking about? Oh shit!
Damn comedy show, bro.
This is how Daredevil was made. What the fuck, Adam, bro? Yo, y'all gotta cut this out, bro. Oh my god. Okay, it's my job to steer this show back. Jimmy Butler. We already talked about it, bro. I don't know what else to talk about, bro. Because now,
can we say we're
about to
not
talk
giving
about
props to
Gabe
to
Vincent.
one? Whoa, no, we don't even need to talk about Gabe Vincent. No one's gonna talk about PJ Tucker.
That's exactly what I was gonna fucking say.
go ahead, bro. Please do.
PJ Tucker's ridiculous, man. Like he makes every. Oh my gosh. Like, listen, his defense on James Harden today was blinding. I can tell you that much. That man was on one. Justin Harper. That's a bar.
Brilliant.
Absolutely horrendous, bro. Oh.
Justin didn't even let type the fucking stats out, bro. I'm laughing too fucking hard. Like,
Oh, my boy back in the comments, bro. Hold on. Thank you, David Sasson, for the $5 dono. He said Roy has that Ned from Spider-Man bill. Hey, bro.
He's calling you the Hobgoblin. That's crazy.
Listen, bro. I got a grown man body. That's what I like to tell people out here. A Baller Central, my boy back, telling me to try again with $34.99 this time. What is that the equivalent to? All of our comment mathematicians do that. I'm gonna speak loud enough so that you can hear me, bro. He said, "It's okay, bro. I'm from Florida. No typo. It's YouTube." I don't even understand that comment, bro. I don't know if you can see what's going on here, but we trying to figure out like how you YouTube, bro. Like I want to know like what's your YouTube experience. He said, "Boy, done lost the fan." Okay.
you think we give a fuck?
Bro, listen. Have y'all listened? Bro, like I be doing this. I appreciate the man for being in here, but I'm sorry. Like, it's 2:28. I appreciate you, bro. But I appreciate you for coming in. Turning the show in a different direction for a little bit, bro. But we got to get back on track. I want to talk about Tyler Herro. Like
PJ Tucker. What?
PJ Tucker. Oh, my bad. Y'all did start the PJ Tucker.
He started out 4 of 4. He locked up Joel Embiid, James Harden, Doc Rivers, Furkan Korkmaz, and every fucking Wawa all up in Philadelphia. Like, come on, man. Like, I feel like every single time we're on the show, we just have to give PJ Tucker his props. And they were hitting him. He was splitting the zone. He was hitting the push shots. Woo! I love me some PJ Tucker. Just want to give a shout out to that man again. He's one hell of a basketball player, man.
No, for
and
sure.
I'm trying not to say, I'm just closing my eyes.
Listen, bro. We already read this. He said, I got the Ned from Spider-Man bill. They say, yeah, understood the somebody called me Meters Leonard. Let Brian speak. Sure, Brian. What do you have to contribute to this?
We were talking about Tyler Herro.
And we talk about PJ Tucker.
We're talking about PJ Tucker. I feel like PJ Tucker, he's done the same shit that he's done like all season, which is just be a very, very consistent defender. Apparently facilitated. He had 7 assists tonight, which is I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. PJ Tucker is like, I don't want to call him a dog because I feel like that's weird. I mean that Petco comment earlier. I'm not gonna call a black man a dog, but. Like PJ Tucker is the one constant. I'm always like, you know what? PJ is always going to lock up whoever on the other side of the court. Always going to hit that little floater. He's probably shooting 90% on that. Listen, I can't hate PJ. PJ is great. Just close my eyes. I see what you did there.
Don't read it, Brian.
Ned.
Don't read it, Brian.
Ned Spartan killed me.
It's too late.
Ned Spartan killed me. Said,
I'm just saying,
are we just all going to turn a blind eye on this situation?
Y'all got to stop reading the comments. That makes it so much better because he has no idea what the fuck is going on right now.
Listen, I'm not reading it with my eyes. I'm reading it with my hands, Royal. I'm reading it with my hands.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Look at y'all. We are going to hell on this show. It feels like we need to go ahead and end this.
Hey, you guys, I'm getting reincarnated as a cabbage.
He said, "Hi, Roy. How's your 2001 Nissan running today?"
It's running on 548 tries. I can tell you that much.
Oh shit! What were we talking? Oh, PJ Tucker. Go ahead, Jonathan, because you was a little excited to talk about PJ too, bro.
I just feel like he's been making so many good plays for this team. It feels like everything he does is impactful. Like he's making himself really good at just getting in the spot to getting offensive rebounds.
Would you say that you can't see his impact on the box score?
Man,
No, get your ass in here. I want people to see you.
Tumblr's gonna have a field day with this podcast. Gonna have a bunch of people with blue hair blowing up the comment section. That's crazy.
Bro, Ethan will get a report from YouTube in the morning.
Super
Oh,
thing
shit,
that
mama.
Goku is gonna be up in here.
Oh my god!
Be typing away.
This show has gone off the rails, bro. I can't. My mouse died, bro, so I can't like move it.
So let's get into
Ramadan,
Tyler Herro because like
I thought we were
that
talking
boy
about
did
PJ Tucker. You just completely skipped over that part.
I
You
was
didn't see
thinking-
him. It is. Let's talk about Tyler Herro, man. Let's get the show back on track. Let's talk about Tyler Herro.
Let's talk
do
about
that.
Tyler.
Okay, so Jonathan, I'm gonna throw it to you since you brought him up and you started the conversation on him. Tyler Herro has been an objective disappointment in the playoffs so far this year, both in the Atlanta series and so far in this series so far. Do you see him being able to turn that around anytime now or in the future, or like should we just kind of temper our expectations on what Tyler Herro is going to do for the rest of the series?
Yeah, I think we should temper our expectations because the teams that we're going to continue to play as we go deeper in the playoffs are just going to be better defensively. Like Philadelphia isn't by any means a great defensive squad. Like once we play like Boston or if we play Milwaukee, those are two teams with great defensive guards, great defensive wings, and are going to be able to give Tyler Herro hell without having to double team him. So I think it's going to be a lot harder for him just to get high volume, high shot games and just have a big impact on this game. I think what we saw tonight is probably more of what the team success is built around. Probably when you don't have Bam having to lock up somebody like Joel Embiid, him having a little bit more of an offensive impact. But I think you're going to have to see Jimmy Butler be the spearhead and a lot of everybody else being the help. Like you have to have individual performances coming from other guys as well. So I think we're going to have to temper expectations a little bit with Tyler Herro, but I'm not complaining too much because if we just based, giving him an extension off of what we saw in the regular season, we would have been paying him a lot more money. So he's saving us a lot of money right now, which at the end of the day, in my opinion, is pretty good. I like saving money. I'm brown,
No, for sure. Us brown people like to trade that money. Brian, speaking of brown people, scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about Tyler Herro's play?
I'm at like a 0, honestly. Like, all right. So I'm gonna be like, I feel like if this was a regular season game, right? Tyler probably would have led the team in shot attempts. Probably would have came in at I don't know 6 minutes in the first quarter, played until the half, right? Same deal. I just think that we have to understand that in the playoffs, the Heat are gonna play through Jimmy, right? Like he's gonna be the dude with the ball in his hands from the jump, right? So there just aren't as many opportunities for Tyler to be ball dominant, take as many shots, and have these crazy scoring nights or whatever. Like he has to play a lot more like a role player. He kind of has to get his within the flow of the offense. And if he doesn't have it going, they got to look to someone else. Like there just isn't enough time, obviously, within a series or just within a game, to really be trying to force feed Herro the ball or force him to have these crazy score nights or whatever that we're used to seeing. So for me, it's like, it's whatever. Like I'm cool with Tyler just kind of playing in his role. If he doesn't have it going, you look to Oladipo, you look to Gabe, you look to Matt, you look to other guys to help you out in the scoring department. And, it is what it is. Like I'm sure that in the future, Tyler's going to have fine games where he looks like the Tyler we saw during the regular season. But I just don't think that in the playoffs, his style of play that we've seen over the regular season is necessarily conducive to winning. And they're trying to win. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So, Gad, I'm going to ask you a two-part question. One, how worried are you about Tyler Herro's play? And two, do you believe that Victor Oladipo's kind of ascension in the lineup and his duties or the heavier load on Victor Oladipo has impacted Tyler's, efficiency on this team?
So first, I'll say probably like a 3. I think Philly more so than Atlanta. I think Atlanta's series was honestly a little bit more disappointing. Did anyone just hear a crazy echo?
That was me, bro. I had to join this shit from my phone because I can't move the comments on my computer.
Okay, so all right. Anywho, I think the Atlanta series is a little bit more disappointing for Herro because it felt like it was just DeLon Wright kind of just like being really physical with him, getting up into him. But in this series, it's been more so Philly's completely catered their defense towards Tyler Herro. And obviously, I want to see him do a little bit more work against his zone. I thought one thing that was interesting against his zone was every time Herro would catch the ball, Embiid would step up in the zone. Whereas if Jimmy or pretty much anybody else that isn't a shooter would catch the ball, Embiid would step back because they aren't mid-range threats. So I thought that was interesting. Like, Philly is definitely trying to take Herro away. At the same time, obviously, I do want to see more from Herro. I want to see some efficiency. I thought he was fine tonight because of the way he played in the second half, but obviously you want to see him produce more. Like, 10 points is not going to cut it for this team to get to where it wants to get to. You definitely want to see some more production. Hopefully he has a good game in game 6 because you're not going to get this good of a game from role players every single time. So I'd like to see Herro do more. But to your Depot question, I think, yes, he's affecting Herro, but it might be necessary because the way that Herro's been playing in the playoffs is just jump shot reliant. There isn't much driving. There isn't much playmaking. It's really just like, I'm going to do my one dribble off the 3-point line. And if I can, I'll take a mid-range or a contested jumper. And if not, I mean, the ball's kind of just going to stop. We're going to lose like 4 or 5 seconds from the possession. With Depot, he's at least collapsing the defense a little bit, making Embiid work, making the rotations work. So I want to see more from Herro for sure. Like, I'm not giving him a pass. He's been disappointing in these playoffs. He has not done everything that we wanted him to, and we're going to need him to turn it up. But, I mean, listen, we're still winning games. So if he can have a big game in game 6, that'll help a lot. Like, we're going to need him as the games get tougher. We're going to need Depot to keep playing good as the games get tougher. We're going to need Lowry to get healthy as the games get tougher. But I'm not overall that worried. Like, I think he could go off at any given moment. It's just the nature of his play. But he's had a very, very rough start to these playoffs for sure.
I think the Victor Oladipo is mitigating the worry that I would have for Tyler Herro because the reliance that we had, the reliance that we used, like we relied on Tyler Herro very heavy for our bench scoring throughout the course of this year. And had he been playing like this, and Victor Oladipo wasn't able to get himself in a position where he could help us, then it would be costing us games. So I try and look at it in that context, and it's like it's hard for me to say I'm not worried about Tyler Herro. I'm at about a 6. You know what I mean? Not worried enough to, take him out of the rotation or like decrease his minutes or anything like that, but just worried about will he become effective enough for this team to ultimately get to the championship like we're trying to do. And that to me is I need to see something from him, bro, because we cannot get to where we're trying to get to without him. And that's just the reality of the situation. Yeah, bro. This mouse thing is irritating me. I can't see the comments, so I don't feel like I'm really involved in the show. And so we're going to talk about the next game so that I can charge my mouse.
You and Ballers United alike.
I tried. I'm trying here, Daniel Cartagena. I'm trying my best not to talk about this vision impaired man in our comments. But y'all keep steering me back over there. Let's talk about the next game. Obviously, after this one, the essence to this should be unanimous. But Daniel Cartagena, the boy feeling good?
Listen, same thing I said last game. Same thing I'm going to say this game. The boys feeling good. I think the Heat are the better basketball team. They are. They had what was really just 2 anomalous games in terms of shooting. Obviously, you don't want to see that. Shout out to credit to the players on the Sixers for actually showing up when they were at home. I think the Heat show up. I think they figure something out. I think Tyler Herro figured something out in terms of getting to the lane and kind of just taking that floater. He hasn't even tried to take it when he's in the zone. He's just turned it over when he's been there. So I think they figured something out. Bam's been active. Jimmy's just dominant in this series. The role players are pretty confident. You just got to hope that they don't shoot like 17% from 3. But I'm feeling confident. The boys feeling good. Like, we are the better team. We should win game 6.
No, for sure. I want to thank my boy Baller Central again for the $34.99 $. He said, I'm engaged, bro. iPhone, sorry for being a fan. Bro, don't apologize for being a fan of this team or a fan of this show. We appreciate you, bro. Just throwing some light jab, trying to have some fun with you, bro. If we get offensive, go ahead and tell us. We're going to tell you we don't give a shit. Keep doing what we want anyway. And then, but, like, look, bro, I appreciate you for coming in here and fucking with us, bro. Like, G shit. So, come in and chill with the basement, bro. Have fun. Brian, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling good. First of all, I want to shout out all my handy capable people. I don't want the PC crowd coming at me. But Yeah, no, like I kind of tonight I saw Philly fold. Like I know that Miami, I just feel like they're gonna bring that same energy into the next game. I feel like the role players are due for a hot shooting night on the road, and I think it's gonna be all she wrote. Congratulations, Philly, you won 2 games. Try again next season. Heater on to the next after what, Thursday? Yeah, I think Thursday. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Ramakan, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling really good. I feel like tonight was a good defensive shift of what we can do to change up what we can, how we can make Philadelphia think a lot more and make it harder for them to create shots. I feel like we were giving them a lot of open looks in the first 2 games that they weren't hitting. Games 3 and 4, they're at home. They're going to hit those shots. Tonight was a little bit different. We weren't doing the same type of defense over and over again. It wasn't easy for Philadelphia to create the matchups they wanted. They had to work to get those matchups. And I think the defense is really going to be what carries us in game 6. I think there's going to be times where Philadelphia starts to get the momentum going. The crowd's going to get in the crowd or in the game, and that's going to happen in Philadelphia at home. But Miami's going to end up getting the win. I don't think Joel Embiid is going to be at 100%. I think Bam is going to do a good job keeping him out of the paint. And I think he gets the win. The boy feeling good.
No, for sure. Somebody in there said get these likes up. Yeah, I agree. Get the likes up on this video. If you,
The likes are at 180, which is a funny thing. So I just checked. But shout out Marcus Hart, always supporting.
No, for sure. But get us even more likes if you can. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the 5 Reasons Sports Network for more Heat coverage as well as fight coverage by my man Jonathan Ramlakan. You got I don't know what to call your show. It's Full Court Press with TJ instead of Ariel with Gad.
That's really what it is. We're gonna try to get one of those going soon. Haven't been able to, but
yeah, they call it More Floor. It's a terrible name.
We don't have to, Royal. We don't have to say that out loud.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We're gonna call it Culture Minutes until further notice.
Eventually, we're trending in that direction.
Let's get there. You miss Ariel, as do we, but he is doing his country proud out there on the front lines of the Canadian War.
Soon to be 51st.
Battle of Chattanooga.
I don't know what Ariel's doing, bro. He just can't be here.
Never maple syrup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's out there churning maple butter or whatever the hell they do. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Make sure moose don't invade the cities.
He's milking a tree cow or something, playing hockey and shit. I don't know.
It's moosing, Brian. That's the
Moosing.
Yeah.
Wrangling seals. I don't know what people doing.
But the Heat are going to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? I think Spo has finally had enough of Doc Rivers and decided to put him away this game. The defensive adjustments that Spo made from one game to the next were pretty much to show them, like, look, if we wanted to, we could have shut y'all ass down last game, but we were trying to do it without getting to this lineup. And so I think they're going to do much of the same next time, frustrate Joel Embiid by playing him a little bit more aggressively, probably without the fouling. What's up?
Do you think they still go 10 deep next game? Because we saw a little bit of Duncan, we saw a little bit of Caleb tonight. Or do you think they shorten the rotation on the road?
No, I think they're going to shorten the rotation because I don't think we're going to have as a commanding lead. Like, I don't think the lead is going to be as commanding as it was tonight for us to be able to put some other guys in there. I think Jimmy's going to have to play heavy minutes. I think Bam's going to have to play heavy minutes. We're going to see a lot less of Detman. Like,
thank the Lord.
Yeah,
Lord, I have prayed for times like
a lot
this.
of Tucker at the 5.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of PJ Tucker at the 5, like a lot less Desmond. Caleb Martin is iffy, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of thing. Like, I don't see us going that deep because the game's gonna be too close. But yeah,
you can definitely count Duncan out the rotation. Like, I know the people were calling for him before, but he
got a stint.
Yeah,
he got a stint,
but he didn't do anything.
Right,
like,
he got a stint early in the game, and it was just kind of like verifying what we already knew.
It was like 6 minutes, right?
I'm
fine with that. I mean,
I'm cool.
To get
like
guys a blow, yeah. Like that sounds.
Or to see if he can get something.
Yo.
Hold up. Pause. I said that.
You did. And I said resume. I said play.
I'm saying, like, all right. To let guys rest on the bench, to let guys rest on the bench, like I could see Duncan getting those minutes, but outside of that, like I feel like you're better with basically anybody else out there, and I really feel like the Heat are going to try to close it out. So I think, like Roy mentioned, like you're going to have your best guys out there for playing heavy minutes, trying to close out Philly.
I thought it was cool that he got a chance to go out there. Like with Duncan, it wasn't so much just to give guys rest; it was to see if he can generate any shot making, like for a unit. Like, and I think if he would have hit a couple of shots, then that stint would have been longer. But since he wasn't, and he was still fouling,
sure.
Then there was no need to go forward with it. Yeah, you was about to say something, bro?
Yeah, no, I think one thing that I liked in terms of playing Duncan, even if it's just for like 5-6 minutes, like he wasn't mean, granted, he didn't really do much. He was kind of just there. But I think just the threat of having someone who's also another spacer, I think is huge. Like, Strus, the way that they play him, they're kind of glued to him. He kind of takes some pressure off, make things easier on Jimmy and Bam. I think you saw a similar thing with Depot, where just by virtue of being on the floor, the way that they want to defend him, even if they're in a zone, he's just pulling people out a little bit more. So I don't mind Duncan playing, even if it's just in slight minutes. I don't want to see like a crazy rotation shift because what they're doing is working. But like for 5-6 minutes, I'm okay with it because you don't want Strus to be playing for that many minutes anyways. So
Fair.
I'm cool with it. Like 5-6 minutes, that's cool. If he hits 2 threes, great. If he hits 1 3, great. If he hits 0, that's kind of par for the course, right? Like I'm not really expecting him to do much. If he can help other guys play better for even 5 minutes, I'm cool with it.
Nah, I'll tell you what motherfuckers not gonna do, come in here caping for Duncan Robinson in these comments. Like, I can still see y'all on my fucking phone. I had talking shit like about fucking Duncan Robinson. He didn't do shit tonight, hasn't done shit in weeks. And so, I mean, look, we trying to be nice to the motherfucker, but don't make us pull out that bag. Because the bag is big when it comes to Duncan
Spo
Robinson.
had the bag tonight.
The Duffy. You feel me?
Spo,
So,
no, bigger than the Duffy. Rob Khan, put it up. Put it up. Spo was, let me tell you, man.
You think he was deep enough?
Let's see. He might have been. Like, that's how big Spo's bag has been.
Ooh.
He's on one, man. Don't play with him. They said Joel Embiid didn't win MVP. He's going to come out upset. The only thing he did was upset Philadelphia 76ers fans. But what Eric Spoelstra did tonight, he showed you who the best coach in the NBA is. He let his nuts hang on Admiral Akbar's forehead. And there you go. Shout out Bamonte Adebayo. I'm pretty sure my man's name is Robert. He said Doc Rivers is still cooking up nothing. He's too funny. This man made it on screen eating a pizza too. It's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
Bro got an apron made out of that?
Content.
Yeah, that's legendary. So thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my man Jonathan Ramlakan, Gadiel Cartagena, and my boy King Brian for joining me on this show. We'll see y'all next game. I'm gonna try and get my mouse fixed so that I can like scroll through some of these comments that I missed throughout the course of the show. But yeah, that's about it. Play the video, Jonathan.
Jimmy buckets! Clutch time!
Tyler Herro, what a finisher he's become.
Lane, Oladipo. Oh! That's right. You better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.